Alright guys, we're taking a look at XVG today, okay? We're taking a look at TRON. Sorry, not XVG, that's Verge. We're taking a look at TRX, which is TRON. This is on Binance, traded against Bitcoin pair. So first of all, we noticed that it was released, and there was some sort of ABC correction in here like this, which is really irrelevant for us to even make note of right now. But just to point out that the first ones we always count as a correction, which looks flat because the chart itself corrects itself. And then let's go over the basic Elliott waves first of all for an impulse wave up. An impulse wave goes like this: waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want to be clear first of all that a breakout is incredibly imminent on TRON, and there are some massive profits to be made. Okay, so we have 5 waves going up right now, and there always has to be 5 motive waves up. Waves 2 and waves 4 can correct in any manner, shape, and form. Wave 4 could be a long time, wave 2 could be short, who knows, right, how long it could be. But for every big move up, profits have to be taken, and eventually, excuse me, wave 2 and 4 are the corrective patterns, okay? So what we see in TRON right now against the Bitcoin pair is that right now it's at 705. And whenever I say number, I'm just referring to Satoshi, obviously, okay? And what we try to count is, we try to count 5 waves. Is there 5 waves going up anywhere? And the answer is no, right? So that means that there's a wave 4 somewhere down here, okay? And there will be a wave 5. It is inevitable. There will be a wave 5, guys, okay? Now, we follow some general rules, such as wave 4 cannot retrace the territory of wave 1. So we use this point right here, where wave 1's peak is, as general guideline for the base of where that can be. Because wave 3's impulse move was so great, we can obviously expect some sort of deep retracement, right? And so far right now, we are in the buy, not a buy zone, but in a zone of the 618 golden ratio, Fibonacci ratio, which is between 618 right there, right? And we're also between the 786 region. So now the question is, how far will it go? And when is a good buy zone? Because we know now that there is a wave 4 that is going to be forming inevitably, and there's also a wave 5 that will move up. Now wave 5 could even fall short, right? It could even fall short of it, right? Wave 5 could just create a double top. It can go slightly higher, or it can, go way higher and make it extended. Or I can just make an equal one as well. So there's the different varieties, but a 5th one has to be made. Okay, guys, it has to be made. It's just inevitable. I've seen it. I've been around for too long doing this. I know that these waves need to be made for an impulse move up like that when it's released. Okay, now we're gonna go through all the different indicators. Okay, so we've gone through that it's between the 618 and the 786 Fibonacci level. We take a look at the indicators and see where it's rounding off. Is it rounding off here? A little bit. Histogram is, I'm expecting for something to be like that, I bet. Just to round it off, just something like that, maybe, right? Where it's eventually bullishly diverging. Yes, on the 1-day chart, it is going like that, right? But have you guys noticed that curves tend to go like this, right? For a daily, and then it comes down, and then it goes up one more for a daily for 5, and then it curves like that. And that happens because the blue line, where is my one here? The red one, right? The red one ends up going like that, just goes around. Or sorry. The red one right here ends up just kind of coming down like that a little bit and up, right? And then it goes maybe down like that. So that's what happens quite often. And then for this blue one, for the other moving average, it just kind of curves like that and eventually crosses over. So those are very typical scenarios that can happen. We looked at the 4-hour. We see the 3-hour down ticking like that a little bit right on the histogram, but just a little bit. We see it reaching near oversold zones. Wow, this is at 30. We're saying, hey, it's started to rounding off a little bit. 1 hour is probably very oversold. Yes, the 1 hour is indeed incredibly oversold right now. Very, very super oversold, okay? Even more oversold. in the 45-minute chart, we're reaching 20s for hours now. And now it makes me wonder what is going on with this coin right now, okay? What the heck is going on with this coin? Why is nobody snatching it up at these respectably oversold prices, right? Right? I'm not going to do any of the fundamental research, right? Because I get the gist of it, that it was recently just released. I might go to CoinMarketCap, and I'm gonna check out Tron on here quickly to see when it was released. Oh, sorry, you guys don't see that. Right? We see it all the way from September, right? From September, I don't know where it was released from, but something happened significantly over here, which made a big trend up. And we can also see right here that there's really only, like, can we really count a third wave anywhere? That's an important question. Can we really count the third wave? Maybe here, I guess. Maybe here we can count the third wave, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a very extended fifth wave. That makes sense too. Okay? Definitely makes sense too. So now going into here, I actually see that, you know, if I stand corrected, right? Sometimes we discover new things when we're doing technical analysis. If I take a fib extension from here to the lowest point after wave 1, we see that it hits a beautiful 1-to-1 ratio right here then. Okay, so that could be considered wave 3. We just didn't see it before because we were in a high time frame on the daily chart like that, right? So it didn't really show there. So on the 4-hour, like that does look pretty good actually. On the 2-hour, it looks pretty good as well, right around to here. That's where it ends. And here we get an extended fifth wave, right? Which makes 1, 2, 3, 4, about and 5. So that does absolutely make sense as well. So I stand corrected. We might actually be looking at a whole correction of the entire wave right now where it's forming, and that could land up anywhere. So right now, yeah, we are in the 618 region still, right? But what we have to make note of is that it's in very oversold regions once again, right? On the 30-minute chart, like it's bounced so low, guys. It's bounced so low as like the 15. So people are selling it off right now, like in masses right now. So what we want to do is we want to count an ABC correction somewhere, okay? Let's go to a lower time frame after wave 5 and see if we can count an ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, and extend the fifth wave perhaps. This might make sense as well. 1, 2, 3, and 4 to 5 in here makes like an expanding fifth wave, something like that. Yeah, this one here, 1, 2. Yeah, so I'm a little bit confused right now as well about how this could be counted, but that does seem to make sense there. Just 1, 2, 3, kind of 4 like that, and all that's 5. And this right here makes 5 waves in there. From here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, basically like that. Or all of this is what I'm trying to say. Sorry guys, I'm trying to be thorough here. 1, 2, who knows, maybe 3, 4, and a very extended fifth wave like that, where wave 1 and wave 3 were about the same in length. 1, 3, around there. So that's possible as well. Okay, so if that were possible in there right now, then perhaps this is the ABC around that range there, right? Like that. So now the C wave has lots of different characteristics, and this is one of the ones that can end up wedging, right? But this is a very hard wave count to do in here. But if I were to try to do a wave count, this is what I would think it is in a wedge. The 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is still to be made. Okay? And if I go to a lower time frame, it might actually confirm it. Even lower, let's see. Okay? This is kind of confirming it. See this wave 2 right here, the corrective one? We see a simple zigzag in here. So we would assume the next wave 4 is a very complicated type of correction. A, B, C, D, and E, and it breaks down. So that 100% makes sense as well. A around B here, C, D, and E. So this right here makes a wedge like that, which breaks down for a corrective pattern. That can also be seen in the B, right? It can also be seen from the A to B like that. So now, if we actually remove all of this, and we've kind of verified a lot of the counts as well, what we can assume is that this right here is A. That's B. And we're getting a double bottom C. Or maybe a little bit lower. And let's confirm it first of all with a Fibonacci extension ratio. I'm just moving this so I can actually see it. So if we go from there to here to the top of B, we are not really close to target yet. Target, guys, believe it or not, you might not want to hear this, but this is going to have 5 waves down, okay? So think of it like this. If this has this magnitude of like, you know, wave 1 and here to the highest point, say what right here, and that's wave 2 right here to the highest point of where wave 4 is, which is around right here, see? For vertical height the same. So wouldn't it be proportional as well for perhaps wave 5 to be of similar length as well? Because that's really tiny right now. So we do fib extension and we just test wave 3. Does it meet a 1-to-1 ratio? Almost. Depending on how I draw it. Let's test that again. Yeah, it does. It actually meets exactly a 1-to-1 ratio to right there. So that means that we would probably target above 768 region, or sorry, the 618 region for the next one, and slightly above, and something slightly proportional to one of these, to maybe even this wave. Wave 3 is the longest right now, for sure. So C could end up being somewhere, you know, right around the 0.5 Fibonacci level, like that. So that's fairly proportional, right? Like let's take a price range of here. Okay. And let's do it upon the breakout where it could go. That's pretty low, guys, actually. I mean, look how long this wave 1 was. Look how long this wave 3 was. This one still has a ways to go, guys. I'm sorry to say, but at a typical ratio, even if we assume wave 5 was the smallest wave, like I'm gonna have to go all the way to the 618 level. That's what it looks like to me. That people are not buying for a reason, okay? If people are not buying for a reason right now, like that's really oversold right now, if you guys don't know. It is really, really oversold, and there's not a market sentiment right now, like a TRON market sentiment to purchase this coin, despite it being very oversold. Now, that's got to show something as well, right? If people are not buying in these extremely, extremely oversold regions, then this is a classical, I don't know what happened. Was it added to the exchange, I suppose? It was probably added to somewhere like bitfinex. I can't see the USD equivalent on here though. Like when you type in TRON here, TRX, you need to see Binance, right? If I typed in TRON, nothing. So only CoinGecko has it, but I don't want to make a CoinGecko account, to be honest. So when a new coin is released, it generally gets a really big pump up, right? Not a new coin, but whatever circumstance this is that drives it. It most likely was added to a new exchange, I suppose, right? Or there's some major fundamental news driving it as well, right? So we're seeing it only on Binance right now. Is that how you pronounce it? It's since November, which is not that long. So yes, it was recently added as well, right? But here, a month, like, and 2 weeks later, something drove up the price here. Now, it's still staying fairly bullish, and it is correcting to a very respectable level altogether. But why are people not buying it? So we've got to wonder this right now. I mean, if I was, I'd be all over this right now, guys. Like, in these zones on the 45-minute chart, I'd be all over it buying it. And it could simply be because it's not done correcting yet, okay? When we start to see a lot more volume pick up, that is when it's going to start signaling the bottom. So if I go to a 1 hour chart, oh, you guys know what? I think I screwed up here. Hold on, we were trying to do a 1-to-1 ratio, right? From the peak up here. No, I did it right. To here. One-to-one ratio moving down. No way, that's so low. Yeah, that's definitely not likely for it to go there. 1, 2. This one did the majority of the correcting, so it does look like it's going in A, B, C in here. I have to stand by what I'm saying here. A, B, C in here, right? So it's just a matter of waiting. The more I look at it, I don't see the volume drastically picking up yet, right? Like the moving average volume. Here we started to see the moving average volume move up and up and up and up, right? Before a big breakout happened. We're starting to see spikes of higher volume. Here we don't really see it yet. We don't really see it yet. People are buying it up. When I started this TA, it was at 704, now it's at 724. But we still got one more subwave to go down, I think. And we don't know how long it's going to be, right? We were saying, like, if that one was that long there, right, and this one was this long like that. This one, I don't really like it on this time frame on a 1 hour. Hour with just wick, that's more acceptable like that. Yes. Oh, you know what? I might have started it just from here. Oh, geez, guys, I'm sorry about that. A little scatterbrained today. Oh, okay. This might make more sense now. From where wave 4 is. Yeah, from where wave 4 is, that's what we want to do. So we might get a bottom, like at the most is like 546, guys. Wow. Okay, definitely have figured that one out now. Just assuming, right? Wave 3 we see is about the same length as wave 1 here. I'm just drawing it really sloppy. Actually, no, guys. Look at this here, okay? Wave 3 is not the shortest, or is not the longest. Actually, that could fit the case. Wave 3 is often the longest, but not the shortest. Okay, guys? Is often the longest, but not the shortest. And what we see here is that wave 3 is actually shorter than wave 1, but as long as wave 5 right here is shorter than here, then it would make sense to label this right here, because wave 3 is now longer than wave 5. And here we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're very easy to count, these ones, okay? They're very easy to count them. If we 1, 2, basically 3, 4, right to the territory of wave 1, 5, like that, for a double bottom because wave 3 made such efforts to go down extremely hard. Here we get like a leading first wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't see it here, but I just want to confirm the wave count. We get some sort of leading first wave in a channel, like that. A very narrow one. And these ones here, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, they could basically be of any length. So I would say that's one bounce there, or it could even be a 3-wave structure now. I'd say that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, and that's 5 in a leading first wave channel. So that this does definitely make sense to me as well. Now this one here, guys, ideally it would be about the same length as this one, but because wave 3 right now is still shorter than wave 1, assuming that we're counting things correctly, right? 1, 2, yeah. Okay, so now we're just waiting for this to finish. This could be very, very, very soon, guys. And this one's kind of easy to count as well. 1, 2. Oh no, it doesn't go from up there. But let's check out the Fibonacci extension first to make sure that wave 3 is the longest here. Perfect. Wave 3 is longer already. Check. That counts as a valid wave 2, just around this region here. I always go to the height, and I count this as wave 3, right? So say wave 3 right here or something. And you know, wave 4 could retrace somewhere up there. And we're still needing one more 5th wave. And just to confirm one more time, where Fibonacci, where the wave actually started. Say on that candle, to here. To right here. Yes, guys, it's lower than a 1-to-1 extension, so this might even be a valid wave count right here, but you know, it's not, that's the final one I'm talking about for all of this though. 1, 2, 3. Right? And that's perfect. Because then this could actually be the 5th wave right here, making a double bottom. So there's many different variations of wave counting. Now, I'm thinking that it's getting very, very close to the bottom now, actually. Now that I'm reevaluating it further, I feel that it's finding support in this kind of region, and the volume is starting to pick up, right? The moving average is going up, and we're bouncing between 709 and even 732, which is a pretty big range. Not only that, we have a big buy zone of things over here as well, right? People have bought here. As soon as it got to this area, pretty much every time it was rejected almost, right? So here first, big one, a little bit there, just a wick over here, for example. So we can consider this a buy zone, definitely, right? Because it even extends to over here as well. The next buy zone that we see below that is here, which is almost no resistance at all. And then the next one we see is all the way over here, okay? Because we're assuming that all 5 waves are now done, now that I zoomed out on a different time frame. So we have 3 different levels of support, guys, okay? For all we know, this could actually fail, and it could retrace back a ridiculous amount, right? I mean, it doesn't have to end right here. Here's just where it happens to find support for now, right? And we can talk about modes of failure later for WXY double Elliott wave combos. So right now, like the lowest level of support that we see is in this buy range between 210 and 325. And the next one is between like 480 and 538 about. And right now we're currently right here. Now we're going to look at it from a trend line analysis perspective as well, okay? What we see is we see it wedging into here. No doubt about it, right? No doubt about it. We get a general shape of it right here. So what I'm worried about is it breaking down right now, guys. I'm worried about it breaking down right now because this final fifth wave was not done yet, and I've counted it wrong. 1, 2, this whole area is 3-ish, right? 4, like that, and we're not done 5. Okay? Because we have to make note that a symmetric triangle is bullish or is usually bearish, right? So that's what I'm worried about as well. But another thing I'm worried about is that it might actually just be like a type of A, B, C, D, E correction, right? Where it's something like that, maybe. E, right? And then it breaks upwards. That's a possibility as well. But what I am noticing right now is that things are kind of rounding off, right? But we just cannot break into a bullish zone. A bullish zone would be considered on a high time frame above 60. We are more in a bearish zone than we are in a bullish zone right now. Okay? And even though it's super low, like on the other time frames it's doing alright, we have officially moved below the moving average, right? You guys have to make note of this right here. This is the 55 moving average, even on a, like, let's say on a 2-hour time frame, okay? It's on a 2-hour time frame, and all the candles are moving below the 55 moving average. So we're slowly and steadily still climbing down. So I'm led to believe, guys, that this is a descending triangle that is slowly finding support, but it is not going to find support. Okay, guys, this is my I guess summary of it, is that it is trying to find support right now, and it has found it. Okay, it has found it, but it has not officially found enough points for it to be a relevant support, and there's not a lot of buyers that are rushing in right now despite oversold conditions. That means, to me, it looks like it's gonna break down, guys. It looks like it wants to break down, and the daily chart, which has 6 hours to confirm it, to close, looks like it wants to confirm it as well, right? The daily closes in 5 hours here, or 5 hours 50 minutes. It closes at 6 o'clock my UTC here. So then this candle right here is actually a shooting star. Look, think of a hammer upside down, okay? It's a hammer upside down, which implies that the bulls have tried really hard to push it up right there, and then the bears have decided to push it back down, hence the wick that is showing. Not only that, this one right here has already downticked, right? Hence that shooting star slash upside down candle. So I think it will go down for maybe a day or two, right? A day or two. And let's see if we can find any S-type shapes, right now yet. I mean, if I just kind of draw a curve around it as well, right? Like just kind of a curve. Just to kind of get the idea. This one doesn't really look like it's done yet. Looks like it wants to go down a little bit more first. So a descending triangle is usually bearish, right? You just simply cannot get a higher high, right? That's one of the reasons why I think it is going to go down. But we have to really make note of this. There's not a lot of data at all. This is rounding off and it's down ticking again, but we simply just don't have enough data to predict it yet. We only see the daily chart right here, the daily chart about to downtick, but it could very well curve up, right? We look at the 1-minute chart as well. It's not reaching like ridiculously bullish, the 5-minute chart, and we're not reaching ridiculously bullish zones. Here we did. Here is pretty decent because we were trying to break it, right? This is for the final B point, but until, let's see, right now we're getting rejection even at the 55 EMA for the 5-minute candle. For the 5-minute chart, we're getting a rejection. On a 15-minute chart, it'll just look like a wick. Or sorry, if these candles were one, it would just look like a wick. On the 15, it's a lot further away. And even on the 15-minute chart, we're getting these shooting stars right now. We're just trying to make a slight uptrend, and it was just rejected right away. So guys, like, I'm sorry to say, but it's still in consolidation mode right now. Sure, there's a chance for this to break up, but the plays are simple. They're very, very simple, guys. You guys got 3 plays, okay? Four plays actually, when you really think about it. You can do nothing, of course, that's one. You guys can whether we'll call this, consider these as one. Whether you're accumulating now to go long or you buy to go long, it's simple, right? You just shoot for at least the next higher high that's visible as a target one. Even a slight one, right? Even a slight one. Like right here, you can shoot for 1250. That's a round number. You can set your stop loss slightly in this triangle right here. Okay, you can set your stop loss for maybe, I'm no financial advisor, just remember guys. 597. It's at 597 right here, around 0.6, right? So you got a chance to lose 15%, 16%, but you got a chance to win 72%. Now this is if you're already accumulating because you believe it goes long, right? And then the other types of people is you're going to buy into strength once you see it confirmed and on an uptrend, right? So the risk to reward is for the person buying into strength is a little bit lower because he's entering at a higher price, right? So that's one category of people, right? And the other category of people are the people who are going to go short, whether they've entered it right now, and they're betting on it going down, or they short into strength, right? So where would we target? We would target, the next region over here. So there's not much profit to short it right now, right? You're gonna get 30. Actually, it's not bad. 37%. I might target wherever the 55 EMA is at that time, slightly above it, right? Slightly above it, because you see, try to break all the time above it, but sometimes it just doesn't go above it. So slightly above it, say at 877, and then you can short it and go for a target in the next buy zone if it breaks a symmetric triangle. So that's a third group of people. So there's the people who are shorting, the people who are going long, whether you're going into it now or buying to strength or shorting to strength, the people who are doing nothing, and then the people who are basically gonna wait. Okay, they're gonna wait to see what happens, right? And then they're gonna wait to see what happens to see if it falls down here, right? Rather than putting all your cards on the table, maybe they will find better support down here in this region right now, where the risk to reward is going to be better, because then you can set your stop loss for slightly lower than this buy region, say at 4, right? And you can still shoot. You can still shoot for this region over here at longer term at 13 or 1250, right? Now your risk to reward is like 6.39, right? And there's so many different groups of people. Who am I kidding, right? If it breaks out into an actual uptrend right now, there will be 5 waves going up like that, right? I mean, what my strategy entails now for swing positions is a higher time frame, like 2 to 4 hours, for example, right? And I'll wait for wave 1 to form, right? I'll wait for wave 1 to form, for example, like here on an uptrend, and I'll wait for the consolidation, and that's very obvious, right? And then because I've confirmed it's an uptrend and there's stable support, wave 1 to 2, I will accumulate to ride it into wave 3. I will ride into wave 3. And that's what I will do. And then I will even ride into wave 5 now, right? So my first rules now is to wait until we have a confirmation of an uptrend, regardless of what it is, regardless of what our side is at. If there's an uptrend, it's confirmed by moving averages and candles and price action as well. I will wait for support, guys. That is what's been very profitable for me so far with my new strategy that I'll be sharing in lots of live trading videos. Then I will wait for it to level off, and I'll buy when 2 ends about, right? As long as it doesn't retrace way past 0 and we get something respectable like 0.5618, I'm gonna take the chance, and I'm gonna take the risk to reward, and I'm gonna enter into a position like that, right? Or sorry, not there, into here, because now I can also get some targets. I can extrapolate targets using fib extensions. So I can use fib extensions from here to here to here, for example, to get an idea of where wave 3 could go. So I don't think, honestly, though, it's going to break out into a new wave anytime soon, to be quite honest, guys. I don't think that that's going to happen. What this one looks like so far is it's going to form something like this, okay? It's going to form something like this over time, like a channel maybe? Like a channel over time, like a bull flag is what it looks like, just based on how spiked up it is right here, okay? Or even if I took it from right here, it also might look like it's wedging in, right? Wedged in there. People would argue, oh yeah, it's wedging in here like that. That's a bullish wedge, but no, that's not how bullish wedges are. Bullish wedges only happen in very specific places in the Elliott wave structure. So that looks more rational, doesn't it? Right? No, not the green, but something like that. Now, what I think is going to happen is it might make a touch in here at the 5-9 level, right? Or right around here, somewhere in this buy zone that you guys should be drawing and demarcating yourselves as well. But I do believe it's still going down, guys. I'm going to firmly say that. I do believe it's still going down by a little bit, okay? So the case is that it goes down and it touches around this channel line, right? This channel that I'm drawing right here. Anywhere, you know, between, above here, hopefully, we'll consider it, above 545, and even in this recent buy zone, the higher one, like under 7, like between 5.5 and 7, about I'd really be watching there for those specific areas, 5.5, like 550, and under 700, okay, Satoshis, because it looks like the wave is almost done already, almost done. We're just waiting for signs of confirmation. This 4-hour one, we're getting a hammer already, or a doji, so it looks like it's so close to done actually. You know, there's getting resistance at least. It's not a sign of a reversal yet, but the volume is picking up on a 1 hour. The volume is not picking up on over 4 hours yet, or daily yet. It hasn't picked up anywhere yet, except under like the 1 hour charts and lower. So they are kind of being used as trigger charts right now. So the moving averages for the volume is picking up, see? So what I see this as 1, 2, I still don't see 5 yet, guys. Like I don't see 5 actually, okay? 1, you know, 2, this region there, that's 3, this is a 4 consolidation, and then we get a 5 somewhere there. So once again, guys, keep your eye under 700 Satoshis and above 550. Keep an eye out for that. And if it does, guys, if it does actually hit those targets of mine right there, under 550 to 700, that's the correction. We are basically gonna try to go for a wave up here against this resistance, in my opinion. Right? So this is where wave A was, that's where wave B went. A, B, it's assuming the same slope. Why would we not assume anything otherwise? From A to B like that, okay? Assuming otherwise, let's say it hits like, I don't know, 700. We'll just say it hits just random number or something like right there. Let's say it hits 700. Might even touch here one more time, who knows? But let's say it doesn't, okay? Let's say it doesn't. Well, we could be looking at about right there as a target, about 950 Satoshi. Actually, I'd probably say lower. Yeah, we'll say 950 Satoshi about. After this correction, we are looking at a possible up to 950 Satoshi. You guys heard me right. So under 700 to 550, 550 Satoshis to watch out for, or even if it breaks out now, right? You never know. Yeah. So really good signs overall of a solid coin that's slowly finding support right now. People aren't buying it up like crazy, but it slowly is, right? Like that's something we have to admit right now. It's not spiking up because the market's still unsure. Everyone's probably wondering, like a lot of amateur traders, they'll be like, oh geez, I can't believe it's actually going down right now. I can't believe it's going down right now. I don't understand why it's going down, right? So there's a lot of people who are in that situation where they're panicked and they're like, I don't think I want to buy it yet. So we're still in the Dow theory accumulation phase right now and the public participation phase. Eventually the excess phase, we'll see it spike. When we find the bottom, we'll know it. And if I were trading this coin, guys, I would absolutely be buying into the strength, right? I'm no financial advisor. Don't ever forget that, guys. I'm no financial advisor at all. But I'm just here to state my opinion, of course, you know, just my thoughts on specific coins. I think that this was a very big bull run up. And I do think that this is going to do an attempt up to here, I'd even say, okay? If that's A and B and, you know, this is C all the way down to here, okay? And that's all the way C. then this, I think that it's gonna fail. Honestly, I think it's gonna fail there because it was too big of an uptrend, and then it's gonna make basically this was an X pattern, right? And then I think it will make another Y somewhere way down over here. And then do you guys know what X to Y makes? I'm gonna say 925 just to be conservative now. 925 instead. I changed it, 925. And then here, it'll actually make another like A, B, C type of pattern like that. It might even touch it again, right? A, B, C, which completes a Y. And now this makes a 7-wave structure. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now this is known as a double Elliott wave combo right here, okay? So if this breaks down, it might go down a little bit, and then we end up getting a flag. Here they call it like a flat for Elliott wave, right? So this one here is known as like a flat for WXY type patterns like this. And they're very difficult to label compared to just wedges, for example, or triangles, because it requires a lot of Elliott wave counting, but nevertheless, it can be done. So guys, I'm going to say one more time. I'm watching for these key zones, guys. I'm watching for these key zones just because I'm tracking this coin. I don't plan to buy it anytime right now. I plan to buy it like more in an uptrend, I guess, on the wave 2 bounce, just to confirm. But guys, like if I were trading this coin very soon, I'd be watching it, you know? I'd be watching it, whether it's going to bind to strength or whether it's going to fall a little bit lower. It still has the potential to hit up to 968. And if you guys look at those gains, even if we say it bounces at the 600 region, right, which is very possible, you guys are still looking at a possible 50%, 60% gain if it bounces above 600 Satoshis there. And you can set your stop loss, you know, for slightly lower than it. So with a very reasonable stop loss as well. You could even set your stop loss for lower than this region. But I'd probably not do that much. I'd probably allocate like a 10% or something at most, just to be very safe and conservative there. So yeah, there's a chance to gain 50%. The ball's in your court, guys. I am no financial advisor. I'm just stating my opinion. You guys know what I do. I just state my opinion, and I read the charts, and I chop them down like karate, because I'm Asian. I'm Asian, guys. This is Asian level mathematics and charting right here. So if you guys enjoyed this, please upvote it on Steemit. You guys can see a written blog there. You guys know my drill by now. You guys can like it. You guys can subscribe to me on YouTube and on Twitter as well. That'd be awesome if you guys can upvote it. I wanna have a really big following on Steemit community. Like my idol there, like Hyjin. I love you, Hyjin. You're the best, man. He's pretty awesome. He actually follows me. I didn't even know that he follows me. He wrote me like a condolences message. I'm like, what the heck? Why would he write me that? I'm like, oh wow, he actually follows me like one of the 20 people. And if you guys absolutely love these videos of mine, you guys know my dog Luna. She's got her own little cryptocurrency piggy bank, which you guys are welcome to donate to, but don't ever feel obligated, of course, right? And it just goes towards a good cause for her down the road or something, like her alcohol or tequila, because she loves that stuff. So anyways, have yourselves a great day, guys, and I'll see you later. These are my thoughts on Tron. Big potential, up to 60%, but choice is up to you guys where the bottom is. See you guys later.